Hello, this is Joe from Slums of the Internet, coming to you with a new Battlefront 2 video. This is a gameplay from the Mass Effect Unification mod, the widely awaited modification coming to you from Marth. What this mod does is changes a lot, or not changes, but adds a lot of Mass Effect characters and just a new game mode for Battlefront. To start off, you can see the interface is very nice and looks a lot like a Mass Effect game. The music as well is very good. It sounds, I don't know if it comes exactly from the Mass Effect game or not, but it sounds like it does. When we click on instant action, you can see that the maps in blue are the maps that he added. So Eden Prime, Prothean Skyway, and Vermeer. Tantive 4 was also updated to look like a crashed ship that's on fire, and the sirens are going off, so it's more of kind of a evacuate the ship kind of map now. I have not tried everything here. This is kind of my initial reaction video, although since I was in the 411 Remnant group, we had the opportunity to try to beta test this, and I would like to thank Marth for that opportunity. We're gonna try Eden Prime. Okay, so unlike the other map of Vermeer that I played earlier, this one doesn't look much different. As you can see, the loading bar is a little different, and the codex is a bit different. We're going to play the Geth. The Geth models are very excellent. And as you can see, the 4 classes you start with are the standard ones from Battlefront. You have the Shotgunner, the Sniper, the Rocket Trooper, and the Standard Trooper. So I'm going to go turn off the point limit in Fate Console, and so I can show you all the classes. Alright, so all I have done is turned it off so I can just unlock all the classes from the get-go. The special classes that come with it are the Geth Hunter, the Geth Shock Trooper, the Geth Destroyer, and the Geth Juggernaut. The Geth Juggernaut plays like the Geth Prime, as it is a huge Geth that stomps around very slowly and has a huge machine gun. The Geth Destroyer is the Geth Pyro from Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, if you have played that. The Geth Shock Trooper has the Plasma Shotgun, which is very good, the Geth Submachine Gun, Carnage, and a Barrier. The Geth Hunter has another shotgun, but it can also go invisible. So it plays kind of like that one rebel that I cannot think of its name, that everyone hates online, including myself. So we're going to start off playing with the Geth Shock Trooper, because I really enjoy playing with the Geth Plasma Shotgun. Alright. One thing that I really like about this is that the game feels like you're in a Mass Effect battle. It doesn't feel like you're fighting for Star Wars. It feels like you're trying to, if you're playing as the humans, you're trying to destroy the Geth, or the Collectors, I believe, are the 2 enemies in this. And it feels like you're just trying to do it. You're part of a huge scale battle that you weren't able to take part of in the Mass Effect games, since you were the main character in those, obviously. So, as you can see, the human models look very good as well, as they look like standard Alliance soldiers. Now we're going to try the Geth Destroyer, which on one map I was playing earlier didn't seem to work, but it seems on here it's working. As you can see, this guy's just burning this guy alive. He cannot sprint, so I guess that is not a good thing, since, you know, sprinting was kind of a big thing in this game. But he's supposed to play more like a tank, and when you see him, you want to run away, unlike that guy. This is Eden Prime, and as you can see, they have many things that make it look like the one from the game. And if you remember, this same scene was in Mass Effect 1. I need to try and get up there. Oh boy. As you see those people on those sticks, I cannot remember exactly what it is, so I apologize for that. They got stuck in the ground, and I remember you see them in Mass Effect 1, and I think it's really cool that he added them into this. And the map looks very similar to the one in Mass Effect 1 as well. See, this is where, I believe, yeah, those are like husks or something, maybe? I don't know. They could just be Alliance soldiers. So yeah, it is very nice that it feels like Mass Effect, looks like Mass Effect, and plays a lot like the Mass Effect thing. Although some of the guns, you know, obviously aren't going to feel like their counterpart in Mass Effect. So let's try out playing as the Geth Prime, which is the special unit for the Geth. As I've pointed out, the maps are very nice, especially for something that he made, and it's a user-built map. Which way am I going? I'm not even going the right way. And as you see, he has morale boost, melee, and siege pulse. I don't exactly know what that does. He doesn't have sprint either, if I remember right. Yeah, he doesn't. So the power abilities, especially with the humans, are very cool because on the human counterpart to the Geth, you have let me think, what's it called? You have like the engineer. It's all the classes that you have in multiplayer. If you've played that in Mass Effect 3, you have the engineer, the adept, the sniper guy, which is I think the infiltrator, the sentinel, and the trooper. So it's just like your standard classes for Mass Effect, which I think is cool. The gun that the Geth Prime is using is the M76 Revant, I believe, which also is a really good gun if you want some tips for multiplayer in Mass Effect. Yeah, it's a really good gun for the multiplayer in that game. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different power abilities that the Geth Pyro has. This is like the main devastating one. Let me see. The morale boost, I'm guessing, is just something that makes your troops perform better. And melee, I believe every class has, and it does a lot of damage. So those are basically the good things about this current version of the release. Some bad things, although you can't see it right now, when you're playing as a standard trooper, or just a normal guy, like an engineer or something, the enemies have a lot of health, and it's very hard to kill them. Since I'm playing as a hero, it doesn't seem as you can see that right now. But they have a lot of health, and in my opinion, when you're playing Battlefront, you don't want to feel like you're going against, like, the hardest enemies. You want to be able to have fun and just go around and be overpowered. You know how when you're playing, you go 51-1 or something like that, and just have a fun time. This gun that he's using, whatever this is, the Vanguard, is really annoying because it knocks you back. And you just fall down, and it's just annoying. I understand doing a lot of damage, because I believe that's the shotgun class. But it just, you just fall, and it's not fun. I'm going to go to the sniper class now. Also, some gun, I mean, I understand this just came out, but some gun models aren't in the game. And I don't think, if you're going to call this a version 1.0 of your game, I don't think it's very fair to not have the finished models of guns in your game. Like, for example, the Geth have... Oh boy. The Geth have the Geth Plasma, or Pulse submachine gun, and the Plasma shotgun. And neither of them are actually in the game. I mean, this isn't the biggest deal. If this was a beta, in my opinion, that wouldn't be a big deal. But since you're going to call this the finished game, you're going to want to have all your models in the game. I would have released this in a beta stage saying, alright, here, test this out. I'll be adding updates. And see, there's that falling down thing again. I'll be adding updates and adding new guns or stuff like that. And there it goes again. I can't even shoot him. Also, if you're playing against the collectors, the only one I can really think of that has it is on Tantive 4, where you can play the collectors, which I'll be showing you in our next video. They aren't even done. The models aren't finished. Once again, this would not be a big deal at all if it wasn't for the fact that this is a version 1 of the game. If this was a beta version of the game, I would not be complaining about that. But since they straight up says this is version 1.0, I don't believe that should be true. Also, with the collectors, the husks and abominations don't look like they're finished. They look like they're getting there, but the textures aren't very stellar. I think that'd be a good word. And like, they don't look any different, the abomination and the husk. The only difference is that one's red and one's blue. They're the same model and everything, and they're not supposed to be the same. You can tell major differences when you go against them in the game. Grenades are also a very annoying thing, along with that falling down thing. I don't know which class has it, but one of the classes has like a triple grenade shot. And you just hear beep, 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 every couple seconds that you're playing this. So, I mean, it's just kind of an annoying thing, not really a bug in the game. But I don't think some of these things should be in version 1 of the game. I think if it's going to be version 1, that you should not have to deal with the textures of the classes and the guns not being in the game. But as you can see, the textures of the guns that are in the game look very, very good. I can't really get a good look at it, but this Geth Pulse Rifle looks great. And some of the other ones look really good too. Where's the last guy? Is he up here? Yes. Alright, the mission was successful. I'm going to bring you back to the desktop to say a couple more closing thoughts. Alright, so as we're loading back into the Battlefront 2 desktop, you see that this isn't really changed. It's the standard thing. But, yeah. So, overall, the Unification mod, version 1, to me, gets a 7.5. If this was a beta, I would give it an 8.5 or a 9. But since this is considered, this is the game, you know, like, if Skyrim came out, or Call of Duty came out, it was version 1. This was the first thing that was released to the public. And it doesn't have some things in the game that are supposed to be pretty obvious. Like, for example, in Skyrim, if the dragon texture wasn't in the game, and it was replaced with a super battle droid, which is what happens with the collectors, the scions are replaced with a big super battle droid. That doesn't seem like something you'd have in a version 1 finished game. But if this was a beta, as I said, I'd give it an 8.5 or a 9. Which I will pretend that this is a beta. And the reason that I would give it not a 10, not a 9.5, would be just because of those little tiny annoying things. The falling down, the enemies taking just a little bit too much damage to die. It's not like it's a huge amount, like it's the biggest deal, but it's just the little small things that seem to annoy me. The textures are amazing. The worlds, the characters, the guns, they all look really, really good for a mod. They look like something that would be published by the game if it was based on if it was based on Mass Effect and it was a Battlefront themed thing. This seems like something that Pandemic Studios would do. And the way that the classes are, with just how different they are, the different abilities, the different guns, it's really, really great. The interface also looks really nice, as you can see here. And overall, it's a very great mod, and I'll be leaving a link in the description if you'd like to try it out. A couple afterthoughts besides this mod is we're going to be releasing 2 more videos on this on our channel. We're going to have, this day today, not ever. We're going to do more on this, of course. But later today, I'm going to be coming out with a collector gameplay, where I'm going to be playing as the Collectors against the Alliance, and then afterwards, we're going to have a multiplayer game, where I don't know who is going to be in that, but we're going to be playing as the humans. So, I would love if you guys could like and subscribe to this channel, and share it to all your friends, because we really appreciate getting more views, and just so all you guys can see it. It's not that we're here for money. We're not one of those kind of groups. We just want to have our videos be shown to a lot of people so they can experience the fun stuff that we're doing. Also, another great channel that has overtaken us in subscribers, since, as you see, we haven't come out with any videos, was the 411 Remnant. I'm a part of that as well, and they do Battlefront videos and Star Wars stuff. They interview modders, and this is where I found this mod from, actually. As I said, Marth let the 411 Remnant group beta test this, and we're very grateful that he allowed us to do that and make videos on it. So please subscribe to 411 Remnant, which I will leave a link to that in the description as well. Besides that, I'll see you soon.